Welcome back to When Harry Met Board Games, where we feed our people with relatable content, and our victory condition is your satisfaction. I'm Harry.
And I'm Lily.
And today we have another episode of Lily's Top Board Games of the Month, aka Board Games of the Bride.
Yay!
So let's get straight to it. One of the new games that we played this month was 1960, The Making of a President.
What a surprise! We are also in the election month of 1960. 1960. Well, I finally understood after many years of becoming a citizen how the election process actually works. This whole electoral college thing was definitely news to me. So apparently did not learn that for the citizenship test. But I found out that we have lost votes, people, since 1960. Like, it's been reshuffled. California has a bunch more than it used to, and New York has way less. And New Jersey, not so many.
We're from the New York, New Jersey area, for those who are wondering.
So
Context.
Not sure what's going on there, but yeah, 1960, interesting game, which I managed to lose both when I went as a Republican and as a Democrat. Yes, Nixon won. Can you believe it?
We were able to rewrite history.
Really, we were.
Thanks to my strategic campaign.
John F. Kennedy must still be out there, alive and well. In any case, it was a really cool game. It's kind of long and it's kind of boring if you're not into history, but I found it really cool. And you know, we kind of did it around the time the elections were going on. So
it's a little bit slow paced. You know, it's not very exhilarating of a game, and GMT does not have the most amazing components either. Yeah. So.
But I don't mind staring into a plain-looking United States map, so I'm totally fine with that. I also learned that media support counts, people. If you do not have the media, then you do not break ties. As it does happen in real life.
Yeah.
Right? So, and that, you know, we learned about the civil rights issues and all the other, civil rights, the defense,
economy, and some of the issues that you're tackling.
Those were the three issues that they were running, and so we were like, you know, campaigning with the campaign tokens in each issue, and some of the cards that we would pick up, sometimes the opponent player can still like pay a token to like, you know, do some effect on my turn from my card. So I mean, it's not like, okay, you have to go, you have to wait. The first time around, explaining it was definitely the harder part, and the first play was definitely the longest. But it picked up pretty quickly. You know, Harry actually had it set up as a solo player, so I kind of was watching him go through it before we sat down and did it on our own. So I felt like that really helped. But anyway, whoever wins, it doesn't matter.
Fun game, educational, very educational. You'll learn a lot from the cards. But it's also pretty sound, mechanically speaking, if it's your kind of thing. 2-player only, back and forth card play, some area control, so to speak, with the different states, and trying to get the electoral votes from each of those states. 1960.
Yes, no, I did not even come close. But hey, we learned something new, and that's what counts.
All right, so now the next game we're going to talk about is the Castles of Burgundy, the card game. Tell us about it, Lily.
You know, I actually liked it better than the actual Castles of Burgundy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was not very keen into the Castles of Burgundy. It was okay. It was just very busy. But then we also realized in hindsight that we were doing things wrong. Like Harry had me shuffle things like every turn. Wasn't that the one that you like had me shuffle?
Yeah. We did a little bit of the upkeep wrong.
But
that wasn't
upkeep to
that
it.
might have you know, prolong the situation, and I get it, make it a little bit tedious,
bring the tiles.
But as far as the gameplay is concerned, we had all the rules correct.
No, we had the rules correct, but I just felt like it was like in between each little turn there was like so much to do. Like Lily being in charge of this group.
How about we keep on track with Castles of Burgundy, the card game?
Way more concise, way more streamlined. As you can see, it fits in a nice little box. We only played it once. Yeah.
No, we played it a few times. We played it like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Did we really? Oh my god.
Very memorable, obviously.
I'm sorry. Yes, well, no. But very concise and very streamlined, if you could see it from there. So I don't think that it could be a totally different game.
Well, basically, it does have the same
The
ideas
same
of
theme, but like
of Castles of Burgundy. It's just overly simplified, just to a simple set collection. Basically, all you're really trying to do is collect sets of different colored
different
cards.
colors, and that's it.
While Castles of Burgundy is a much more robust gaming experience, where a lot of more moving pieces and things that you have to factor in, which is why I prefer the fuller Castles of Burgundy game. But I think this is cool to give you that flavor in a shorter time and with less table space, even though this does take a bit of table space, but not as much as the regular big board game. I think it's a cool alternative.
It's a nice alternative, and it's like based on dice rolling, and it gives you cards so you could manipulate the dice upwards or downwards.
Your cards are your dice in this game.
Right, your cards are your dice. So it's kind of cool, and you go down in a column, and essentially, whatever you roll, that's the column that you pick cards from.
Mm-hmm.
So, and whoever gets the next set of whatever color you're working towards then gets like an extra token for victory points. So in that sense, it's very simple. The only thing really that it has to do with Castles of Burgundy is the name and the graphics. That's about it. I felt like it wasn't really the same thing at all. But it stands alone as its own little, nice little game. So I'm pretty sure I won it one time with like 3 points or 2 points.
Maybe, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It wasn't a convincingly close victory for me, but I'll take it. Harry has dominated this whole month, but that's another story.
I don't even keep track, guys. All right, let's move on to the next game, and that is America, the trivia party game. Tell us about it, Lily.
Are you seeing a theme? America.
Oh yeah, I know. We're very patriotic, I guess.
Veterans Day. Okay, all right. So America, really great party game. Definitely one of my very quick favorites. It did not take long to make it in my, I think, top 25. I think this is gonna make it into my top 25, but that's a spoilers alert for what's coming up next. Either way, another map of the United States. What a surprise! It's kind of like, what is it? Wigs and Wagers?
Wits and Wagers, yes.
Wits and Wagers.
Very similar to Wits and Wagers.
Similar, but cooler. And more niche. So this one gives you cards, and you have to make predictions on 3 different things: on a number, on a state, and on a year, right?
Yes.
So number, state, and year.
Based on a particular trivia category.
Could be anything, guys, right?
Yeah.
Like
theme parks, cheeseburgers.
Yeah, who ate the biggest cheeseburger? Who
Wheel of Fortune.
What was it? Who jumped the what was it again? The jumping thing? There was like a jumping thing.
I don't remember.
I don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of random trivia. But it's all linked to a state in the United States of America, or to a year in which it took place, or a range of years.
The toboggan. The snow tubing.
Oh, snow tubing.
Yeah. Okay, where was it invented? Who invented? Where was it invented? How long was the amount of people, or the distance of all of them going down into the? And which state was it from? And just a bunch of stuff.
So you're saying top 25? What makes this so special to you?
It is just like we've played it with the nieces and nephews, and it's such a cool party game. Like everybody's very involved. Again, I'm very geographical, so any time I stare at a map of the United States, I'm pretty comfortable with that. So yes, a theme emerges, right? What a surprise! So it's also like, no, you're wrong, you're way off. So the numbers are not like specific numbers; they go up by tens or 5s or whatever, and you don't do like proximity. So it's not like you really have to be close to the number or next to the number.
Adjacent to it. Yeah, you have tracks. For the numbers, you have a track, and for the years, you have another track. And there's little spots with either specific numbers or a range of numbers. And you could get exactly the right answer, which will give you more victory points. But you get a consolation prize if you are adjacent to it, right?
I never win, but it never matters because the fun that I have playing it is really what makes this game amazing.
We play to have fun, guys.
So, in a group setting.
When it's one-on-one.
In a group setting. She
wants my soul.
It's game on. So either way, take it. You know, it's a great game maybe to do over the holidays with those folks that you're hanging out with, groups of 10 or less for the coronavirus holiday parties. Either way, amazing game. So go ahead and take it.
All right, and the next one here, or the last one actually for today, is Beowulf, or Beowulf, the Legend, designed by Reiner Knizia. Talk to us about this game, Lily.
I do not have the words.
You do not have the words?
Quite literally.
Lily doesn't really remember this game. We only played it once with our friend Andrew.
All right.
Great
graphics. Somebody went all out. You do not feel as exciting as this leads you to believe.
Yes, yes.
It is very much false advertising.
Yeah, the box would lead you to believe that this is some sort of adventurous, maybe even combat type of game. This is just an auction bidding game. You're moving along a track throughout the board, and you're participating in some different auctions. And the winner of each auction gets to pick a prize before the other person. I think it's okay for an auction bidding game, but yeah, definitely the theme and the artwork and graphic design.
You, like it just didn't click. This was just like it could have been anything else. Could have been anything else about fish, about like whatever else you want to make it. Little kid ones too. Don't know what it had to do with ancient China. Nothing to do.
Ancient China.
But this was like a Chinese ancient China person there.
No, I don't know.
That is definitely.
No, this is from English literature. The Legend of the Great Hero Beowulf originates in one of the oldest works of English literature. But this has nothing to do with the literature or the history of the Legend of Beowulf, even though the name says the legend. It's just pasted on theme. Again, you're just going down a track and participating in different auctions. This could have had any other theme. But again, if you like auction bidding games, this is another one you can throw in the hat. But yeah, so I guess obviously it did not make a great impression with Lily.
This is the kind of game that I play to please males in the household, such as my husband and
namely
our really
myself.
Great friend Andrew. Yeah, no. Yeah. So what's next?
All right. Well, first of all, before we move to the upcoming game section, I wanted to talk a little bit about which of these 4 games, just pick one, which one gave you the best impression thus far?
Oh, I mean,
clearly
America, right? So clearly America. But I mean, I was already expecting it because I had seen it being played and people having lots of fun playing it. And I was just like, I want to learn that. Like, why didn't you tell me? Like, I'm here taking care of the kids and I wasn't invited. What the heck? So America was definitely number 1. I have to say, when Harry first said, we're going to play 1960, I was like, why? It's been 60 years. Why? You know, what am I... Why? It just looks so boring, so dense. It actually ended up being a very dynamic game. One that even if I haven't won yet, I mean, I could be with the Liberal Party, which is not an option here. But, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like, you'll have a great experience because you'll end up, like, making it really, really close or feeling like you were really, really close, even if you end up being really far away. You're stealing votes back and forth from the electoral college of different states. It's kind of underhanded, and that's kind of my thing. So this was a pleasant surprise. Do not let the box and in the year mislead you. So I would say this would be like second.
Okay, close second, huh? All right, cool.
And Burgundy, the Castles of Burgundy will be the third, and the far fourth will be
Beowulf the Legend. Yes, that would be my far fourth as well. So we're actually on the same page here for once, huh? All right, so
we take bids for it if anybody's interested.
Let's move on to upcoming games. Some of the games that we're looking forward to playing, and we're gonna do rapid session here, rapid fire. I'm just going to show the game, give a brief description, and then after Lily's heard the descriptions of all the games, she's going to tell us which of these games she's most looking forward to. So the first one I wanted to talk about is this big box right here, Caverna by Uwe Rosenberg. And this is basically, as far as many people are concerned, this is Agricola 2.0, right? Slightly different theme with some dwarfs in caves, but a lot of the agricultural, animal husbandry, and all that good stuff. This game is known to be a little bit less stingy and mean than Agricola is.
Ooh.
And also it does not have the variety that Agricola brings with the cards. There's no card play here. But again, a lot of people actually prefer this over Agricola, and most people really have a strong position for one versus the other. So this is Caverna here. We're a big Agricola family here in this household, for those who are watching. Also, Azul, Stained Glass of Sintra. This is the sequel to Azul, the popular game by Michael Kiesling, the second in a trilogy of games. And we've been enjoying ourselves some Azul this year. So this is one that's upcoming. And speaking of Castles of Burgundy, we have Castles of Burgundy, the dice game. This is a roll and write version of Castles of Burgundy. We have been playing some roll and writes in recent months, so this is another one to throw into the mix. And then finally, Carcassonne over Hilldale. We're a big Carcassonne family here. We've had lots of fun over many years of playing Carcassonne.
Over many hills in the Dale.
Yeah, I know, right? This does look like a little bit of the silliest, goofiest,
like a 4-year-old
caricature version of Carcassonne, but
hey, look, there is one.
We're always there. I know, right? We're always there trying to play some more Carcassonne. So those are the 4.
Oh, wow.
Lily, tell us which one of these you are most excited about playing.
I did not see this coming.
Oh, you didn't, huh?
No, did you buy this like in Fragante? What happened there? I did not. Maybe I've seen the box and I've thought it was the same box, since they literally. Can I see the other one, please?
Sure.
The same.
Yeah, very similar in size and shape. Yeah, definitely.
So, they saved on graphics there. Either something. That's an interesting surprise. I am not a great fan of roll and write games, like an amazing fan, but I really like Roll Through the Ages, and I have, I like the other ones, the Tetris thing. What is it called?
Patchwork Doodle.
Patchwork Doodle. So I could work with those.
Okay.
So anyway, I can be wowed, so I'm intrigued.
So are you saying that's the one that's intriguing you the most?
No, I mean, this is definitely intriguing me the most. These other ones, I'm like, I am pretty certain I'm gonna have a great time with it. So the other one is intriguing, like it could go either way. I'm just intrigued. This crazy box, super heavy, over my weightlifting limit. With pretty good graphics from our favorite designer of all time, and Uwe Rosenberg. We're an Uwe Rosenberg family-based fan. Gamers. Essentially, my favorite games are usually Uwe Rosenberg, right? Yeah,
that's true.
I'm looking at
Absolutely.
I'm looking at everything right now.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a few Steffenfeld, and the Wingspan. Everything else is Uwe Rosenberg. So
yes.
Yeah, Uwe. He rarely disappoints, so you know what? Kind of excited about this.
Yes.
I mean, Harry here, as his shirt says, stand up, Harry. He's read the rules.
I read the rules, so she doesn't have to.
I definitely won't be reading the rules for this one.
So yeah.
So with my second one. All right, so I was under the impression that you were buying Azul Summer Pavilion.
Well, we haven't gotten to that yet.
So, I'm mildly disappointed on the color theme of this, because I saw the Azul Summer Pavilion and I was just like, I thought that's what we were getting, but that's okay. We might be getting it for next year and or month.
Sure, no month.
I'm excited about this. I am.
You are. You could tell. You could tell by the sound of her voice. I mean, this is the sequel to Azul. Why wouldn't you be interested?
Harry's
Lily always wants to jump to the third in a trilogy, right?
Harry is very what is it called? 1, 2, 3. You like to follow or the order of things.
Sure. I'm chronological.
There's a name for that.
Yeah.
I'm not. Whatever that is, I am the opposite. I don't mind starting at the end and working backwards, stuff like that. So I saw somewhere that, the other one had a cool box. So this one doesn't have as cool of a box, but I did have a pretty good time with Azul. So I will be giving it a chance. and I might be surprised.
Hmm.
I mean, I think the
I hope
actual
so.
pieces are cool than the box.
I mean, it looks cute. It looks beautiful. I mean, I look at it,
The
and
game
to
itself,
me, it
not
looks
the
more
box.
beautiful than the original Azul. That's just my personal
I'm
opinion.
just not a fan
So-
for yellow boxes, as you all know.
I mean,
Just a tinge of one.
there's a lot of colors here.
I know, they're just not teal.
Well, if she's not a fan of yellow boxes, let's not even get started on this one.
I know, but I'm looking over there and Agricola's yellow, so...
Yeah, I mean, I
made
gotta
my
admit,
exception.
this here is more about me being like a completionist and being a Carcassonne fan and wanting to play it, but I don't really have high expectations for this one.
So this one says 7 and up. We have a 4 about to turn 5 year old, so I think he could play it. I'm pretty sure he could.
We'll see. We're gonna start him off with my first Carcassonne and then see.
This
see if he
might be
graduates
my
to it.
first Carcassonne.
I mean, you could
Over the
you could get
hill and
confused with the
Dale?
art, right?
What does Dale mean?
So let's move on
I don't know.
to wrap up with this episode. We're gonna wrap up with the upcoming purchases and see if Lily gives her thumbs up, her vote of approval here. So again, just rapid fire. So one of the games that I'm looking into is a game called Marco Polo, which is a dice rolling, dice placement type of game with the Marco Polo venturing into, China and Asia theme. Very popular game. It even has a sequel recently. It had a Marco Polo 2. That's how successful and popular that game has been. But again, main mechanism is the rolling of dice and to some extent some dice placement. How does
Okay.
that sound to you?
That sounds pretty easy to learn. I would be good with easy to learn.
Easy to learn.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say it was easy to learn, but we'll find out. We'll see.
I'm making that assumption.
Okay.
You definitely simplified it.
And then another game that I'm looking to buy soon is called Zolkin, the Mayan Calendar. And it is a Mayan-themed Native American game, worker placement, resource management, but it has this really cool board with a bunch of wheels that kind of spin and affect one another. As you rotate one wheel, it triggers the rotation of another wheel. I think there's like 3 or 4 wheels. It's a very cool gimmick, but the gimmick actually works mechanically, because sometimes board games they throw out these gimmicks and the gimmicks are just to catch people's attention, but they don't really work well or integrate well with the game. That's not the case with Zolkin the Mayan Calendar. It's actually a very popular game for many years. So yeah, just that Native American theme and the Mayan calendar, some worker placement, good old Euro mechanisms. A game that I think it's been like 8 years since it's come out, and it's still very popular. I see it on my Instagram feed all the time. So what do you think?
Well, I would definitely be intrigued about learning about the Mayan calendar. I've watched the Netflix documentary.
I'm not gonna make any promises that the game accomplishes that,
And
but
I am a frustrated archaeologist wannabe. So yeah, Mayan calendar. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
cool.
Do that. What
All
else?
right. Well, that's it. Those are
That's it?
the only
Okay.
ones. Yeah.
How about Azul?
Azul and Azul Summer Pavilion. What do you think about that one, Lily?
Thumbs up for that one.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
I'm
I was
intrigued.
worried about that one.
I'm intrigued about the Mayan calendar. That's
Okay.
the one that got me, I think.
Cool.
Then the rolling right Marco Polo is not a bad idea. All right.
Yeah.
We just have to find space to accommodate our growing library.
Cool. That's it for this episode of Lily's Top Board Games of the Month, aka Board Games of the Bride. Thank you so much for joining us here when Harry Met Board Games. Please comment down below. Tell us which of these games should we be more excited about, and which of these games Lily was perhaps a little bit too harsh on. This is Harry saying take care, everybody.
This is Lily. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.